That was the thumbnail, if you wondered. Hey, you guys. Actually, I should go get my cards in case anybody actually shows up to this. 1 second. What did I do with them? I just did some readings at the shop. But I thought if anybody's in here, I might do some readings. I can get around to here. Got my Witch's Tarot and my Oracle cards. So I'm going to start off by telling everybody I would love to hear your stories down below about how this new moon solar eclipse has affected you. For me, I noticed, hi guys. For me, I noticed this new moon in Taurus, partial solar eclipse, brought about a lot of themes about eating. Like everybody was going out to eat or was going to the grocery store or had an issue with what someone else was eating. It was weird. What else? And it was true that the themes were also around the throat area. So throat, neck, even somebody who had issues with pain around the shoulder and neck. All of that kind of stuff. So you guys definitely tell me if you noticed any crazy stuff that happened today. Understand this energy can go on for up to 6 months, but of course this is going to be, for most people, the strongest point. But that's what's going on. Also, for those of you who do not know, and I'm not going to go fully into that right now, but on May the 16th, we are going to have a full moon in Scorpio. And that's going to be at about 25 degrees. And when that full moon comes, it's going to be a lunar eclipse. So we just had a solar eclipse today in the United States. I don't know how it works in other countries because I am very uncultured. But the next, when we have a full moon on the 16th, it's also going to be a lunar eclipse. So that's more faded stuff, guys. So I'll do a video on that later, but if you already know where that is, wherever Scorpio is in your chart, whatever house that's in, that's what's going to be affected for you. And the closer you are to 25 degrees, the more you're going to feel it. And I'll also tell you when the Scorpio one comes, we're going to be hearing more about the private areas, the genitalia, you know, that kind of stuff. Maybe even, let's see what else. The rectum, the anus, the urethra, the genital glands, ovaries, prostate, pubic bone, even genes. So I'm going to tell you, getting closer to May 16th, if you know anybody who has those kind of issues, kind of watch out for them because it may flare back up. And also remember, during any type of eclipse, guys, don't get any kind of surgeries done. And hello, so who is this? The one and only Israel. Oh, hi. And Melissa. Oh, Melissa, I love you. I love you both, actually. I think you're awesome. Anyway, I look like total crap because I'm so tired because I didn't do a ton of readings today, but it's just being out in public wears me the hell out. I don't know why. Anyway, so also you can expect, and I'm telling this to Israel, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, because I think I remember who you are. And if you're who I think you are, with the Scorpio full moon coming around, just know there may be some secrets coming out about some Scorpio people, or even Scorpio rising people. Just putting that out there. How's it going? You look awesome. Thank you, Melissa. See, you're so sweet. Melissa, I drew a card for you, even though you didn't ask. And it's talking about you needing to take a break. You need to take a time out from something. I don't know what this is talking about. It could be a close one-on-one relationship that you're in. Or maybe it's about, you know, stop looking for a relationship. It could even be that. I don't know. Let's see if I can pull one for Israel. I should probably kind of shuffle those first, huh? If you know your rising sign, you can put it in the comments. Yes, I was at the event that's what I thought. I thought that was you, but I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to just assume. If you know your rising sign and you put it up in here, I can tell you how that Scorpio moon is going to affect you before I even do the video. But just know this, when I give zodiac signs, the sun sign is secondary, but the primary is going to be the rising sign. So Scorpio rising people are going to be the ones who are going to feel it the most, because it's like going to affect their identity, how they're seen. Though it will also affect Scorpio sun people too, but that's more secondary. And just so you know, I absolutely love you, by the way, even though I only met you once. That's possible. I canceled a date with someone today. He was a... Yeah, might be. Okay, let me just say this, Melissa. Hold on. Aw. Israel, you got recuperation. I don't feel like I really need to explain this to you, but I will. Some say Capricorn. All right, so I'll tell you, if you're Scorpio rising, it's your first house, which is your identity, how you see yourself and how others see you. If you are a Capricorn rising, it's going to be your 11th house, which is going to be wish fulfillment, or it's going to be about your friendships, your groups, your networks, and associations. There's going to be something eclipsing out, most likely, because it's a full moon and it's an eclipse. So it's something very faded along the lines of one of those two things, depending on you. Cancer, sun, and rising. Melissa, if you're a Cancer rising, the Scorpio full moon is going to be illuminating your 5th house, which is children, creativity, and romance. So this could be a romance that's saying goodbye, see ya. Or this could be you leaving behind a child or a situation involving a child. Or this could be something where you're eclipsing out some sort of creative project. It can be that too. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you, but see, the problem is that this is not so much intuitive as it is what I spoke to you about. This is kind of that part where you're in the in-between, if that makes sense. And you're kind of hoping for that, maybe you're hoping to recover the relationship, or I don't even know if it's so much even about that. I don't even know how to put this into words. You just don't want your heart broken. Let me just leave it at that. You just don't want your heart broken. That's all. And I think you've been left in a state where you're kind of, I don't know if that's still going on, but it's talking about how it has happened that way, where you're kind of feeling like you were left hanging. You were left hanging, and it's kind of like, okay, now what do I do about this? What do I do about this relationship? So that's pretty much what comes from that. But I always say, whenever I see this card, see how there's this pentacle down here? I see that as a sign of protection. And if you see it's hanging upside down, this bird is hanging upside down, and it's almost like it's hoping for this protection, this safety net down here. You know, again, that might not be now, but it's saying that that's how you have been at some point anyway. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's coming up. There's some weird stuff going on in that energy. But anyway, so Cancer rising people, you know what? I'll also say this. So I'll go with Cancer rising. With Cancer rising, it's your 5th house, but it's also on the 11th house axis. So you can't rule that out. So there could be something as it relates to children, creativity, and romance, but it also could involve wish fulfillment or your friends, your networks, your associations. So I'll give an example. So maybe it's something with your child getting wish fulfillment, or something about your child's friend, or it's something about your romantic partner's friend or your romantic partner's wish fulfillment. get what where I'm going with that? It can be that way too. I usually look at that, just that one number, but it can involve both. For the Scorpio rising, it would be the 1st and the 7th house. So it's the me versus we. It's focusing more on yourself than it is on the relationship, but there is a focus on both, for whatever that means. Kind of got more towards only being friends because I still don't know about him, but I've been giving him some time alone and seeing him sometimes, so who knows? Yeah. Looking at this, it kind of looks like it may be that your focus is going to be, I don't know, that could go either way, but it looks like the focus is going to be more on you than it is going to be on the relationship, to be honest with you. Looking at the astrology side of it. Of course, I can't say for sure that that's true, but it kind of looks like that. Who knows? You never know. You never know. But anyway, does anybody else on here want to tell their sun sign or their rising sign? And I'll tell you what house the Scorpio moon will be affecting you on. We'll just go with that for right now because, like I said, I'll actually do a more, I guess you would call it, professional video of how that works. But I thought, well, while I'm on here, I'll tell you so you can know what's coming up because it's not that far away. May the 16th. I do want to say one thing. I forgot to mention this. So for whatever happened to you guys today, this was the new moon in Taurus, partial solar eclipse. Whatever happened to you today, you can expect similar things to occur again in October. So if anything noteworthy happened to you today, take note of it and expect it to come back around in October or to come to culmination in October, potentially even. Okay? For whatever that means. For me, there was nothing like really totally notable, but I just kept noticing a lot of synchronicities. It was crazy. Let's see what comes up for the collective for the Scorpio new moon. Oh boy. It said just exactly what I thought. There's going to be conflicts as it relates to people transitioning into new ways of doing things, whatever that means. These are things that were hidden. So what I want to say is the Scorpio new moon is going to be all about things that people have been thinking about transforming in their lives but haven't actually moved forward with. Things that were hidden that people didn't know about that are going to come to light. And it's going to bring some conflicts, especially when it comes to like people's belief systems around spirituality, faith. For some, there's going to be some people that are going to have a problem with people rising up in status, even for some. That's the feeling that I get. I have to also say Scorpio energy is known for investigations. It's also known for the underworld kind of vibes too. So don't be surprised if some truth doesn't come out about some deep underworld kind of stuff during that time too. Just letting you know. Anyway, what else? I need to schedule these broadcasts because like nobody comes in here. You can tell I'm so unorganized. I never have these things scheduled. I need to start doing that. What else is coming up during this Scorpio new moon for the collective? What can we expect? Oh yeah, and I have to mention also our president is a Scorpio, so there could be things even of significance with him. And if I would say, if so, it would specifically center around something deep, dark, and being, or it's something that has been investigated. Very interesting. Ooh. Oh my God. Every card I bring up is disputes. And it also can have to do with sex or sexuality, just letting you guys know. I always try to watch, but I'm usually at work. Yeah. Well, it's my fault because I never put a schedule up. I mean, people can't just drop it like that. Like, oh, she's on. Boom, I'm going to go on. It's not going to be like that. But I'm lazy. I don't ever schedule anything. I'm a flow person. I'm not a schedule person. This is why I'm not successful in life. No, I have been successful in life, but it's a very big effort for me to do things on a schedule. What was that? Specifically, this Scorpio moon is going to cause issues as it relates to families. So, you know, like I said, people who had plans that were kept on the down low, maybe coming to the forefront, can have to do with romance for some. But whatever this is, it may affect the family. The family may have issues with it. That's what's coming up for the Scorpio people. I'm going to say anything Scorpio to me is also anything that's like deep under the ocean, I would think. I try to stay away from schedules. I like freedom. See, me too. Exactly. But did y'all have any weird stuff happen today for the Taurus new moon, or was everything like kind of normal to you? Ooh, there's going to be some people that are going to have to actually take some steps to heal their health too that haven't been doing it. I just saw that. So you may hear about some people who haven't been taking care of their health. And that's going to come to the forefront too. Very interesting. I don't know. I just kind of look at it. That's why I left. Well, that's not why I left corporate America, but that's part of it. It's like your whole life is on a freaking schedule. It's like you don't ever get to live it. Nothing is just by chance. That one wanted to come out. What is that? Oh, specifically the mother figures may be affected by the Scorpio moon. Or the divine feminine, I should say. I was just tired and irritated today. Yeah. I wanted to eat all day long. It's like even when I wasn't hungry, I wanted to eat. And it's like, that's not good because I'm trying to watch my weight, trying to keep myself thin. I don't want to go back up in my weight. And it's like, I just wanted to graze today. But, you know, every once in a while it's okay. As long as you're not doing it all the time. I guess I'm going to have to schedule these things if I'm going to have anybody come in here. It was worth a shot. I feel like for some of you, your mothers are going to be making some decisions too, though. Okay, so let me just say this. Here's the other thing about Taurus energy. What do we say about Taurus? Taurus is the bull. So you're looking at stubborn people. Today was the day of the stubborn people. I say that, no offense, if you were somebody who came in to see me today. But if you came in to see me today, most likely you're a very headstrong person. And it's the same way with you guys. Oh, let me just say this. So, also, if you work in the food industry, Taurus energy wants to eat. So you had a lot of headstrong people that wanted to eat. Or that were thinking about food. So you can also, if you want to be really smart, if you work in the food service industry and you want to avoid the bad days, avoid the ones where the moon is in Taurus. I'm very headstrong. So am I, but only on certain issues. Like, it depends on what it's about. Yeah. I'm headstrong. It's so weird how I am. Whenever I am headstrong about something, you're not going to talk me out of it. But I feel like I give people a lot of chances and I try to work things through. But after I get frustrated, I can be a real... But then can't we all, right? Families are worried about their reputation. So this is another part of the energy that I'm getting, y'all. And of course, this is not going to be everybody, but I'm giving you some things, some themes that you might see around this time. Families having issues as it relates to how they'll be perceived, specifically revolving around the father and the mother, because I'm seeing the father and the mother now. Worried about how they're going to be perceived. Things that have been hidden coming out, and the mother and or the father, you know, how that will play with the mother and the father energy. And for a lot of people, it is going to be sexual in nature. I'm just saying. I'm seeing it. I can't not say it. I definitely see that. For some, it's also the father having an affair. I'm seeing so many different energies. This is crazy. That's what happened today. I gave him a chance after chance, and I got tired of it. Yeah. Well, anything on Taurus energy, too, I think usually, it's not that I think all Taurus people are this way. We're talking about the archetype. But you got to be careful about people that do things on a Taurus moon, because I'm thinking Taurus is also very materialistic. So you may have been dealing with somebody who's all about the materialism, you know. I mean, if that's what you want, that's good. But if it's not what you want, see, I'm not like that. I kind of look at it as, I mean, don't get me wrong. You don't want them to be so broke that you feel like you can't breathe if you don't support them in every way. But at the same time, I'm more about the chemistry. I'm just saying, you got the right chemistry. Taurus guys are the worst. They're stubborn. I mean, can't ever with them. Yeah, Taurus, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've never been with a Taurus, so I can't speak firsthand. I'm telling you from the archetype and from the things that I've seen. Here's the bad thing. The bad side to Taurus is, one, they're stubborn. This is the bad side. This is not all Tauruses are this way, or you know, that kind of thing. But I'm saying, if you were to look at the negative side of Taurus, they're stubborn as hell. They do a lot of stuff behind your back to sabotage you that you'll never know about until it's too late. What was the other thing I was going to say? That's it. Just, well, save yourself and don't do it. Right? I think I read somewhere, somebody was saying, oh, you would do really well with a Taurus. I'm like, no, I don't think I would, because I'm not about that world. I guess in one way it would be true, because, you know, somebody who's more materialistic would balance out that side of me that's not materialistic. But at the same time, like, I can't live in that world. I want things, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't want them so bad that I'm willing to put aside what I desire for money. Not going to do it. I'd rather be with somebody who's poor and we got chemistry than somebody who's rich that I can't stand. Now, if they're both, now we're talking, but I'm seeing a lot of hidden affairs that are going to come out, guys, during this Scorpio moon. There's a lot of energy around that. What else? Yeah. Probably some knockdown drag-outs as it relates to that. I'm sure there's going to be other things too, but I'm just telling you the stuff that I see right off the bat. I need to look up, because I know what my philosophy of Scorpio energy is, but let's see what they say officially. I can't type. I typed in, what is Scorpio energy known FI? Known FI. Scorpio is the most intense and penetrating of all the zodiac signs. Scorpio energy is focused and driven. It has no problem going deep and shedding light on the darkest of the dark in the name of truth. It speaks to secrets, hidden information, powerful people, and big money. So those are the kind of themes that you're going to see. I love Scorpios. I'm just saying. I'm not saying Scorpios are perfect people. I hear people talk trash on Scorpios all the time, but I freaking love them because at least they have some depth to them. They're not so... Yeah, they do penetrate, girlfriend. I'm just saying. Sorry about that. Yes, yes. But I appreciate that. I don't like superficial, surface level anything. If it doesn't have a deep meaning to it, I don't want it. I don't want it. So that's why I appreciate Scorpio people so much. Again, like I said, I'm not turning my eye from the fact that I know what they can do too that's not so good. But I like that. I do think it's funny though, Israel, when you look at that, what they're known for. I mean, the body parts associated with Scorpio is the genitalia. That's funny to me. So the bad side to Scorpio, this is what it says: obsessive, possessive, jealous, secretive, vengeful, and manipulative. Yeah, exactly. I like them. There's only, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but there's only one zodiac sign that I cannot, in my experience, I cannot tolerate. And there is an exception to that rule, a couple of exceptions to that rule. But even though there's an exception to that rule, I see that they do this kind of treatment to other people too, you know? So for the most part, I like all zodiac signs except for one. Do not say it if you know it. But even like I said, even with that, there's exceptions to the rule. But my favorite, I'll be honest with you, typically is, and they're the ones who get the worst rap, is Scorpio and Gemini. I freaking love them. Even though they're little shits, I'm just saying, they do some bad shit too, but I love them. I don't like them either. What else does it say? Good day. So the good parts to Scorpio energy is magnetic, passionate, loyal, protective, trend-setting, and brave. I definitely see the magnetic, the passionate. I don't know so much about the loyal because I've not really known. Okay, loyal to some people. Let me just say that. Loyal to some people, yes. But I wouldn't say loyal for Scorpio, in my opinion. They're loyal to the people that they love the most, I guess is the way you'd say. And I haven't really seen them as being trend-setting, but I do see them as fucking brave as hell. Because it's true that they will, like, they're not scared to talk about the taboo subjects. And I freaking love that. You have a Gemini moon. Well, see, that's probably why I like you so much. I like Gemini people. Even though everybody talks trash about them, I like them. Again, I'm not going to say that I don't see that they're being little assholes too, but overall, I like them. Of course, then again, you say that, like, there's no sign that doesn't have some buttholes in their mix. Scorpio is a fixed sign. That's interesting to know too, for those of you who don't know. So fixed sign means that any of your fixed placements that are around, I think it was 25 degrees, will be affected, most likely. I need to do your chart, Israel. Since you live close to me, I need to do your chart sometime. You need to find out what your birth time is. Let me look at your chart. The conversations I get into, I just always have interesting, fun ones. Yes! That's why I like Scorpios. I can talk to Scorpios for hours and hours and hours on end. I'm just being honest with you. I really can. Because, like I said, I like taboo subjects. I like digging deep into things. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, taboo, underworld, all of it. I like it all. I want to know about it. The mystics, the mysticism, all of that. And I'm into, like, mysteries and all that, so that explains a lot. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can tell you where to go to, but I'm not an astrologer, but I could give you some information that could help you potentially by looking at your chart. So one of the first things that I start looking for is your Lilith. And this is the funny part. I can say this to you because you'll get it. Melissa, she don't mind this either. But I like Scorpio and Pisces the most signs, really. Yeah. What was I going to say? The only thing about Pisces, though, I'm going to say I like Pisces, evolved Pisces. There is a difference. There's a huge, huge difference. Once Pisces are evolved, you can't find a better person in the world. But before that happens, they can be probably the most manipulative ever. But I have to agree with you. I love Pisces and I love Scorpio too, yeah. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I said I can say this because we're talking about taboo subjects. I like to word it this way. So if you look at your chart where your Lilith is what it's called. I don't know if y'all know about the goddess Lilith, but I'll just say she's very sexual in nature. She was pretty much cast aside because of her unwillingness to succumb to a man. She wouldn't lie beneath her man, so to speak, and take it like a good girl. So that part in your chart can talk about some things that are really sticking points in your life. And so I call that your astrological pee-pee. Because I'm a nerd like that. Yes, they can play mind games. Absolutely. For sure. And be very slippery and elusive in certain things. But that's, sometimes you need to be. But the other thing I look at is your Chiron. Your Chiron is the the wound in your life that you've had a hard time healing. I won't be controlled by my man either. See, you got strong Lilith in your chart, I bet you. I bet you do. Yes. Look up Lilith. Look up the goddess Lilith. You'll resonate with her strongly. If what I just told you resonates with you, read about her. She's very interesting. She was actually Adam's wife before Eve, but nobody talks about her because she was outcast because of that. Yeah. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. My battery's trying to go dead. But highly, highly recommend the story of Lilith if you don't already know about her. And that'll also help you to understand whenever I do tell you what your Lilith is. You don't like being controlled either? Yeah. Well, I could so get into this story. Am I going to get kicked off of YouTube? I saw a meme one time. It's like, let me put it this way. I don't like to be controlled either, but there's certain situations where it's like, okay, in that situation, it might be okay. Just depends. I have to be careful. I don't know what I can say on here and what I can't. I wish there was a platform where I could talk just completely open and say just whatever comes to mind. Never have that freedom here. But there is... I never thought about working with her, but I never fully looked into it. Yeah, look into it. The situation part, I just started laughing. So, yeah. Exactly, Melissa. Exactly. Oh, that's what it was. The meme said, I don't like being told what to do unless, yeah. It was something like that. And I was like, yeah. I have to be careful. I don't know what I can say. Exactly. Yes, I will allow it. I will allow it in certain situations. Okay, so another thing that's coming up about the Scorpio new moon or full moon is some people that are dealing with some like really, really deep, dark depressions. We're going to find out about that. And when I talk about deep, dark, I mean like suicidal kind of that deep. People worrying about how they're going to be seen by other people regarding situations, and it put them in these deep, dark depressions. There's going to be some stuff about I heard the word examples. That's scary. But there's going to be some people we're going to see about that too. That could even be in the news. You never know. Because sometimes when I do these like collective type of readings, it will come up in the news. But I'm giving a lot of different examples too, so it'd be hard for it not to be in the news for some of this. Seeing a lot of relationships being hidden. Oh, also, you're going to be hearing stories about people who actually got paid for sex. So that may be prostitution or, and that falls in line with the scorpionic energy too. It doesn't have to be prostitution, because if you think about it, we've talked about these legal cases being bribed. Some people were using sex to get their way in a legal way too, so it can be that way. But this is something about sex money. What else? Oh, okay. This is crazy, but I'm even seeing where there's going to be some people that are going to find out that somebody died that they were not told that the person had died. And it's a family member for some. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to let that go. But that's some examples of some stuff that's going to be coming out during the Scorpio full moon. I have to tell you, I love Scorpio full moons too. The last time that there was a Scorpio full moon, I went into a deep meditation. Deep, Scorpio, deep, penetrating. Yeah. Anyway, no, but seriously, I went into like this deep, deep meditation, and I got this huge epiphany that helped me to sort out an issue that was deep-seated in my psyche as it related to my family. And I really want to tell you what it is, but I really don't want to at the same time, because I don't want it kind of getting out to everybody. But let's just say that it brought to the surface an abuse that was happening within my family, and how it was being done in a way that others wouldn't see it. So I actually loved that last one because it opened my eyes and it made it easier for me to leave somebody behind that was an abuser. Hi, Destiny. How are you? Destiny, do you know your rising sign? If you don't, tell me your sun sign. If you don't mind, you don't have to. I like playing with astrology. But yeah, every time we have these newer full moons, y'all, email me. email me and tell me any of the stuff that you go through, because I want to see real life examples. Okay, so normally we would go by the rising sign. So keep in mind, this is going to be secondary energy for you, because I think you're telling me your sun sign. But for Taurus people, when this eclipse comes about, the full moon in Scorpio, what day did I say that was? Now I don't remember. I've left that page. Do y'all remember what day that was? Is it the 14th? Whatever day that is. Because I didn't write it down. No, May 16th. All right, so May 16th, we're going to have a lunar eclipse in Scorpio. It's going to be at 25 degrees. So the closer your Scorpio placement is to 25 degrees, the more you're going to feel this. So when you pull your chart, you'll be able to see that. No matter what, you'll still feel it, but to what degree depends on how close you are to that 25 degree mark. But since this is your sun sign, secondary, this is about a marriage or a close one-on-one relationship for you. Something very fated is going to happen as it relates to that. This can be eclipsing out, or it could be also like eclipsing out a certain behavior within that, or a secret within that relationship, something like that. So that's what's coming up for Taurus people. Also can be some situations where it's like having to focus more on the we more so than the I, or vice versa. Something fated, I'm fated as fated, F-A-T-E-D, fated. I'm from Texas, so I have an accent. Sorry about that. No, the 16th is when the full moon will be. Full moon in Taurus, which is also a lunar eclipse. Let me read what it says, even though, y'all, I'm going to put on my glasses for a second. These are my bad ones, too. All right, so it's saying, the moon in Scorpio creates the need to delve into your feelings as deep as possible. You desire meaningful emotional exchanges now more than any other time, even if it's not easy, and you are forced to change many things. Shallow relationships do not satisfy you because they are not purifying enough. And it also talks about how we need to be very careful as it relates to our genitals, our rectum, our anus, our urethra, our genital glands, our ovaries, our prostate, our pubic bones, and our genes, whatever that means. And also not to get surgical operations during the time of an eclipse, okay? Or during the full moon, I mean, but especially not during an eclipse. Also, always know that like anytime that there is an eclipse coming around, if you suddenly have any kind of health issue coming up that pops up, no matter how minute it seems, go to the doctor. Because it is fated, and it will come back. And it's a lot of times deeper than you know. And for the Scorpio, it actually shows Gemini rising people or Gemini people might have this issue. Who else? Potentially Sagittarius people. Could also be Virgo, Pisces people. So just be careful of that. Yeah, these are actually broken. So I broke my glasses. This is so funny. I broke my glasses. I have another pair over there, but I just don't have them sitting over here close to me. And I had some reading glasses. So I took the lenses from my actual glasses and put them inside the reading glasses. And you can see there's like this open spot right here. It doesn't actually fit. But I make things work. Yeah. So all I'm going to say to you, if you're not married, it doesn't matter if you're married or not. Some close one-on-one relationship, there's going to be issues coming up for you. Especially if you've got Scorpio placements like close to 25 degrees. I'd say like 2 to 5 degree orb. You know, something like that. Yeah, I went to a Dollar Tree because at the time I didn't have any money, y'all. I was broke. I was broke as hell. So I was like, how am I going to do this? So I found the closest ones to my actual glasses and then stuck them in there, you know, because I actually sat on my glasses like an idiot. You've been single for 15 years? Okay, well, this doesn't have to be romantic, though. I mean, usually it is romantic, but if there is no romantic relationship, it can also be close one-on-one relationships, which can be relationships at work. It can be relationships with family, relationships. I wouldn't think it would be friends, but it could be with friends. I don't know. It's some close. Usually it's somebody that you deal with on a daily basis, or nearly that at least, when it's in the 7th house. That's my opinion. I'm trying to remember how long I've been single. I've been single a long time, y'all. My coochie done forgot what that means. It's like, what? Who dat? It's been a long time. But I'm hard-headed, so that's part of the reason. Let's pull a card for Destiny. I don't even know if Destiny's still in here, but let's see what comes up. That's kind of a weird word. It could be, but I don't think so. Usually with the 7th house, it's somebody that you have a close relationship with. Exactly, Melissa. I've been single for about technically 4 months, but it's been more of a year, if we're being honest. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I kind of, like, messed around with somebody a while back, but even that's been a long time ago. I'm just going to have to say this, Destiny. This is talking about help and healing. So there may be somebody coming to your aid to help you. Or this may be you trying to, or them trying to heal a relationship with you even. It's crazy. But the funny thing that I'm laughing about here is this. The 7th house is the one that's being affected for you when it comes to the Scorpio moon. And if you look at this card, it's the number 7. And the number 7 is Libra. I don't know if you have any Libra people in your life. So it could be a Libra person. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. I would say Libra or Aries, maybe. I don't know. But it keeps bringing up this number 7. Hold on. I hope not. We were close, but the wrong way. You're trying to heal from him. What's the zodiac person that you're trying to heal from? Is it a Libra or an Aries? Could even be a Cancer person, because I see the moon, or Pisces. Gemini. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the Gemini is going to try to come back and heal things with you. I don't know. Because you're trying to heal from him. Maybe that's what that's talking about. But when I look at that Scorpio thing, it makes it look like there's going to be something coming back around as far as it relates to a relationship. Somebody who's still in your head is what I just heard. Whoever this person is, they kept secrets from you. Could involve a Libra or a Pisces person. I'll pull one more just to see if it gives me any more clues. Yeah, I don't know. That's all it's telling me, is that there was something that they kept hidden from you. And so the relationship with them ended. So there may be something coming up about that. It doesn't tell me what, without pulling a ton of cards. Gemini, if he did, could I trust it, you think? Yes, I caught you left. Hi, 1 a.m. He's been in my head for 2 years. Yes, he was still married. Okay, so that might be the one. So just know that that's a possibility, Destiny. I'm not saying for sure it's him, but I'm just saying it can be. Let's do one for 1 a.m. Did I miss anybody? I'm trying to give everybody at least one card that shows up in this broadcast, especially since I don't schedule them. I'm like, thank you guys for showing up. Let's do one for 1 a.m. Oh my gosh. Other stuff came out. Somebody's having a hard time being honest with you, 1 a.m. Could be a Leo person, or a Cancer person. I'm not really counting those cards because I didn't get to, but I'm just telling you, since I saw those, there may be something like that. Somebody's having a hard time telling you the truth about something. They feel like they can't tell you the truth. Yep, they're fearful. It's a friend. There's a friend. I appreciate you'll have been listening to your readings for years ago. Awesome, thank you. I'm getting it's a friend. Good chances he misses my light, for sure. My son died and I have been trying to figure out what happened. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not good, because the number that came up was a friend. Something about a friend who's afraid to tell you the truth. I don't know what that's about. What's your, did I already ask you what you believe you know, but you don't know for sure? Did I already ask you your rising sign? And if you don't know your rising sign, to tell me your sun sign? Right. Pisces, Aries. So is Aries your rising sign, or is that your moon? I'll just tell you. So Pisces would be, your rising is Capricorn, but you're a cusp baby. So we'll look at Cap and Sagittarius. So Capricorn, oh my God. Capricorn is the 11th house. That's a friend. And when I look at the axis, it's the number 5, which is a child. So it's the friend of a child. There's something about the friend of a child. So even the astrology is saying that. Something about the friend of the child. And then Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the 12th house, which is the hidden, the past, which I told you that too. There's something they're not telling you. There could be something they weren't telling you about, a health issue or a work issue. A daily routine, something that the person did during their daily routine. It could even be that. But anyway, that's what's coming up for you. If I look at it though, there's something coming up about a friendship here. Potentially a friendship that was hidden. It could even be that. Just letting you know. Sun was Taurus, Aries. I don't know which one is the rising. That's the one you're supposed to look at. But Taurus is the 7th house, a close one-on-one relationship. And then Aries, oh, that's sad. This Aries is 8th house. That's endings, transformations, shared resources, relating to money or self-worth issues, potentially. Yeah. Yeah. So those are the themes that you might be hearing about around the Scorpio full moon. I keep wanting to say new moon because we just had a new moon, but the full moon is going to be more potent, I think, than this new moon was. I kind of feel like you have helped. Good. I hope so. I think you're going to get some more information. I really do. But it's, you know how that is. There's a lot of fear around that. So, and Scorpio energy can talk about those kind of things too. The deep, dark secrets, underworld, that kind of stuff. So be expecting that kind of stuff to come out. Maybe it'll help you, give you some sort of closure at least, or some answers in some way. I just want to say something else. You know how I kept talking about Libra? Libra, the stuff for the Scorpio moon for them is affecting their money or their self-worth. And it's on the axis of the 8th house of an ending, a transformation, or shared resources. So I would be watching potentially for a Libra person. Could be something about a Libra person. I'm not saying it is, but it can be. Yeah, for real. I do too. I want you to know. I want to tell you the things that are going through my head, but I don't want to because that's a very sore subject and it's something very deep. So I would tell you, you know, when this moon comes about, you should be getting some answers though. Libra, Aqua, and a Gemini. Aquarius is going to be dealing with work or public reputation stuff. Gemini is going to be dealing with health or work issues. So I don't know about that, but I definitely see where Libra could play into that potentially, but I'm not saying it is, but the fact that I kept seeing that number coming up around, I don't know, around this time, it kept playing itself out. I don't remember how, but yeah, I could see that. And I'll tell you why. I don't know if you watched me do these readings before, but look at this card. What do you notice? Your son was military. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you are. We have to be. I'm just saying, we didn't make it this far without being warriors. We all are to a certain degree. Some of us have had to be stronger than other people have, but not one of us that's here today can say that we're wimps, because you don't get through this world with being a pushover. Thank you, Israel. Yeah, I'm not going to be on here much longer. I just wanted to come on and say hi. I don't know what I am dealing with. Yeah. I can't speak on it. I have a couple of thoughts, but I can't really speak on it. Like I said, I feel like it's not my place. But I would tell you, as far as that goes, like I said, be watching. Do you know when did this happen? How long ago did it happen? Scorpio time is also a time of investigation, so it's probably being investigated around that time too. Even if it's an old case, I don't know how long ago this happened, so it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Yeah, that's not that long ago. Really? I need to look at the astrology of that time too. That might give some help. I would tell you though, take heart in the fact, like I said, Scorpio energy is the energy of investigation. So some investigation for you might bring up some details that you didn't know about. Obviously, I can't say that without doing a reading for you, like a full-on reading, but there is a possibility there could be some sort of investigation going on, and you're going to find out new details, because the Scorpio moon, and with it being in an eclipse, very much points to investigations uncovering things. Oh, good. Good. Yeah. Look at this. We have 8 people in the room. That's the number of Scorpio, too. All right, guys. Well, did I not give any... Is there anybody that I didn't give a card to? Because I don't want to leave anybody out, but I just wanted... I like to check in every once in a while and just say hello, just like a personal hi. There is an investigation. Well, it's very likely that there's something that will come out during that time, just so you know. So mark your calendar and expect around May 16th, you may start getting some information. Maybe. It depends. But like I said, the energy is right for it. Yeah. Yeah, I had a family member that was murdered. Actually, more than one. And I shouldn't laugh about it. But it's like one of them, I'll give you an example. They were stabbed in the throat, but the news told everybody that they were hit upside the head. You know what I mean? So they don't tell you the truth on TV about what happened to somebody. Yeah, they won't tell you the truth about what's happened to somebody, because they want to keep it where when they question that it would be information that only the killer would know. So what you see on TV is not always the truth. That might be part of the truth even, but usually it's not the full truth. Yeah, it was difficult. Yeah. That's why you also have to be careful about what you say when you read these news stories and you're like, oh my God, and you have this huge outrage, but a lot of times they don't tell you the full story. So it's not really wise to take sides too much, because you don't really know what's happened. You only know part of the story. You only know what they'll let you know. It's a really sad thing though, because anyway, that's enough of that deep, dark, scorpionic energy for me today. I'm going to say goodbye. If I haven't, since I think I've already given everybody a card. You don't watch TV for that reason? See, I don't watch TV because I feel people's emotions. And that how do I say that? Even if it's on TV and it's fake, like it's like I'm reliving that situation, like I'm actually in it. You're very welcome. Me too. Yeah. It's like I'm in the movie, even though it's not real and I know it's not real. My body reacts to it as if it is real. Empath, yes. You feel it too? Yeah. I stopped watching the news years ago. Well, yeah, and also the news, they intentionally trigger you. And the movies do too, if you think about it. Like, that's why people watch it. It engages them. It makes them, or, you know, it makes them respond in some way. So they want that. I don't. Oh, yeah, I used to work as a nurse's aide, so I can relate to that too. Long, long time ago, but I was a nurse's aide. I have to be careful what I watch. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. 1 a.m. Without going into too much detail, recently I did that for somebody. And I'll just say it was a very different experience. It's different. I don't know how to explain this. I can more detach from that because I know it's for the better good. I can't explain that. I still feel it, but it's almost like it's almost like something outside of me lessens the blow, kind of. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. It was the weirdest thing. I can't give names or any information, but I'll give you an example. So there was a crime that was committed near me. And I'm not joking, like about an hour before the news broke, I got the person's name. And it just came out of nowhere. And I wrote it down. And then I saw a flamethrower, or what do you call that? A torch. I saw a torch, I heard their name, and I heard State Fair. And the person in question killed someone, burned their body, and this was in Houston, and it was close to a place called the State Fair. So that's all the information I got, but it was still, that's why I'm telling you that it kind of saved me, that it didn't make me go through the whole experience on that one. But there have been times where I've actually had to feel the experience too. Exactly. You can feel people's frustrations even. Yep. Empathetic and psychic. Yep. Yeah. That was probably one of the weirdest ones for me because, like, that's never happened to me before, where I'm just sitting there and all of a sudden this name pops and then all this imagery. And I'm just like, holy crap, what is this about? And then like an hour later, the news popped up. And I knew the police department would not listen to me. But I did report it to them. I was like, I know you're not going to listen to me because I know you guys don't believe in psychics and all this kind of stuff. But I'm going to tell you what I saw, you know. And I told them that, so. Yeah. But you never know whether they're going to listen or not. But I will say, I don't know if it had to do with any of the tips that I gave them. It probably wasn't. But they did capture the person. How to bloke others' feelings? I don't know what that means. Yeah. It's kind of, that's a hard one to do though when it comes to like reporting stuff like that, because you feel like you're just going to be joked or seen as crazy or, you know, that kind of stuff. It's difficult to bring that up. Blocking people, well, physically blocking them, first of all. Don't go into their lair, so to speak, if you can help it. But one of the things that I do, there's a couple of things. So I like to do like a shield around myself. Personally, I like pentacles. You may like crosses or some other protection symbol. Yep. I put a bubble around myself. So you can choose the color that represents protection to you, or healing, or divine presence. make that bubble, that color around you. And then also, like, on all of the sides, this is the way I do it. You can do it your own way, but on all of the sides, I put a pentacle on every side of it, all the way around, right? I also have dragons on either side. So sometimes that's my protection. There's been other times where I have, you can envision this in your head, just so you know, if you don't already know that, because that's an energetic barrier, because you're protecting your energy. So you created this energy of a barrier to protect against other energies that are coming at you. So the other one too, I'm sure for those of you who deal with like any type of witchcraft, you're familiar with the fiery wall of protection. You can envision like a fire coming up. And I'll tell you, when I do it, I can literally hear the fire coming up out of the ground and it surrounds me. So you can do that. Just, you have to be imaginative, but like I said, it's just an energetic barrier that you create yourself. And then on top of that, you know, like to wash off the bad energies, you can take salt baths. Crystals that you can deal with are like black tourmaline, jet, obsidian. What else? Oh, red jasper can be really good too. A lot of people don't talk about red jasper. Red jasper is really protective too, y'all. Yeah,